Yo, we made a podcast. Let's see if the audio is working. Man, I would hope that this is going into that microphone.
Because if it's not, that'd be rough.
It's going to be really bad. We made a podcast, episode 128, back in the building. Sees.
What number is it?
128, sir.
Oh, 128.
Let's hope so.
And happy Dia do Nordestino. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
Happy Day of the Northeasterners in Brazil.
Okay, like
our official day,
like Fortaleza.
Okay.
I don't know, because they're Fortaleza, Recife. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's a little bit more north.
And anybody counts as us.
But
We're the
you're
OGs in the game.
You're south of those, though. So that's
only because we're the biggest states.
That's the true north up there. You know what I mean?
No, that's the north. I
I
don't care about the true north. This is about the northeast.
They're also northeast too.
No, but we're talking about the northerners. There's northerners also, but we're the northeasterners.
Yeah, but they're northeast as well.
Okay, but you said the true north. Don't say the true north. We're the northeast.
All right.
Just like Northwestern University, we're Northeastern University.
Okay. Anyway, episode 128, we made a podcast back in the building. Got some exciting things to cover today. We're going to start with the recap of Juve versus Inter. Oh, make sure you check us out at We Made a Podcast, wemadepodcast.com. Everybody should be subscribed to our YouTube. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, what are you doing? If you're not subscribed to us on Spotify or if you got an iPhone on Apple Podcasts, or if you got a Samsung on Google Play, what are you doing? Or whatever podcast app you use. We made a podcast.com for all those needs. Streaming live on YouTube right now, once again. And apologies if it's not going into the correct microphone.
That'd be rough.
It's going to sound really bad.
We apologize.
But you can always go back and listen to this on those other outlets, but not on YouTube. Anyway, we're going to be covering the Inter versus Juventus match, recapping that, Caesar. Somewhat recapping that. We're going to talk a little bit about FIFA 20, a little bit of an early review of FIFA 20. We're also going to talk about what does it mean when the good teams start struggling. We're going to talk about some of the good teams right now, historically good teams that are struggling right now. We're going to do a review of the Diego Maradona documentary, which I guess nobody really cares about, but we're the best number one soccer show in the world, so we're going to talk about it. I don't know if you saw the other email on the show notes. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the China NBA beef right now.
I read about that too.
Yeah, I mean, you care about NBA more than football anyway, so
it's not true. American football, yeah, you're right.
But anyway, Caesar, Serie A C is kind of somewhat back.
Yeah. So I watched.
Go and confess.
Now, I confessed I was taking my notes on my Android device, and your boy did not bring his Android device. I apologize.
Big baller status though. Got an iPhone and
two phones
and a Galaxy. Okay.
But I will say this: it's funny because I noted that this was my fourth Inter game of the year.
Whoa! Big
Why am I watching so many Inter games? I don't know. But that's the only. They're the only
crush
ones
on Lukaku.
Actually, no, I definitely don't. Well, look, when I was watching this game, I was like, "Hey, like it's really funny that this is not only my fourth game, Inter game, also that the only reason is probably because they're only ones of interesting matchups this year so far."
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, like I know people tell me to watch Napoli, whatever, but I watched Napoli last year. I really don't want to watch them this year. I want to watch them different.
We'll be talking about Napoli.
Like I've seen this. I've seen that midfielder so many times. For Inter with Sensi. I've seen so much Sensi in my life. I'm like, I'm tired of watching him, and then tell me he's amazing. A couple of Matteo Bonetti's still annoying as ever on the commentating booth.
Oh, why?
I can't handle him.
Why?
He's still on the Ronaldo hate train. Still a hate train. He was saying that every game. It's funny. Every time it happens now, he said that all he was doing these moves. Ronaldo actually did a bunch of moves, and it ended up being a nice ball. He's like, all these moves, but don't really translate to nothing. But the fans like it. I'm like, just like, dude, like they literally like, why?
Like
man?
He hates Ronaldo, and Ronaldo's rejuvenated Serie A, dude.
Yeah,
like he's rejuvenated Serie A.
Oh yeah,
like literally, he's rejuvenated that league.
I don't know.
He'd rather watch a bunch of old Italian guys.
I was actually really intrigued with the Ronaldo Dybala lineup, but I thought it was hilarious online that they were listing that Dybala was going to be the left side and Ronaldo was going to be the right side, and I was like, that's weird.
That's cap.
Yeah, that's cap. I was like, that would never happen. But you did see whenever Ronaldo got to his comfort spot on the left, and kind of, I will say this, Ronaldo did go kind of middle-ish today. He was very much in the middle, but I feel like it was. When the game was, but he's kind of. I feel like it kind of restricts him. Like you kind of miss a little bit of Ronaldo when you do that. Like,
yeah, of course. Just like Mbappe,
because no one else on the left side is doing the work that he does.
Yeah, of course.
So when you put him there, what's even the point of this? So it was I thought it was a kind of whack lineup, but sorry doing this thing probably for the fans and the FIFA players. Yeah. So this match started and it was an early goal by Dybala. The funny thing about that 4-minute mark goal by Dybala is that not only was it just like all the love in the world, especially with I think it's Donaldson, who is super annoying at ESPN FC, the commentator. He's like the most annoying dude, a big time hater. He actually made another hater comment, and then Bonetti kind of shut it down. When I was like, wow, I bet it took so much out of Bonetti to like ride for Ronaldo right there, but he did it. He had Donaldson had made a comment saying that like, let's ignore that. The Dybala goal. So in the Dybala goal, Donaldson had said that you put Dybala in the game to get this kind of stuff done.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, but did you put him in the game because he only did it 5 times last year? He only did it 5 times last year. So you had 48 matches and he played it 5 times? I don't know about that. So I
don't know. Yeah, 5
You had 5 goals last year, man.
Okay.
Look it up.
Okay. You mean in the league or
in life?
Okay.
I know the year before they like 29 or something like that, but it didn't matter.
You're screaming right now. Okay.
I'm far away from the mic. It's okay. Yeah, so Dybala definitely didn't do nothing last year. Let's not forget about that. So he made this goal. Not only was it a goal on the left side, it was a goal on the left side with the left foot. And I'm like, the goalie got to get that. And the goalie, not only did it not get deflected, which it looked like it could have, it was like right there. I mean, the guy was playing. There's no better defense you could have played on him, except for the fact that you sat on his right side when you should have sat on his left side and made him go to the right, like we talked about.
Yeah, he definitely had 5 goals in the league last year.
He definitely had 5 goals in the league last year.
Yeah, 10 total.
Okay, but I don't care about Tim Cups. I care about the how many Champions League goals.
Whoa.
What do you have? 5?
Yeah. So yeah, 5 in the league and 5 in Champions League. Wow. But you remember Ronaldo got suspended in Champions League last year.
True, and I think he had like one game was like a hat trick, something that was against some random team.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway.
Well, whatever. I know we're kind of sounding like haters right now. Yeah. So the goal was kind of lucky. I don't want to hear this mess about him being like some kind of
that was a lucky goal.
It was a lucky goal.
It was a good shot
because you're not going to count on that goal every single week.
Mm-mm.
That's not a finished goal. That's a goal of luck, and you're not going to get those all the time.
No, absolutely.
It's just like the goal he got last year in Champions League. Oh yeah, I remember he got that super amazing goal in Champions League. And we're like, yeah, that's kind of cap. It was kind of like luck. It was like a super lucky goal he got. It was like in the top corner.
I can't remember.
Like this just luck, dude. Like
I'm the number 1 goal hater though.
You are.
So
it's pretty emphatic.
Don't base it off me. Also, if you're watching right now, drop a like for your boys up in here.
Yeah. So. That goal was cap, and then it's crazy because from that minute mark, this is definitely I remember, from the 4-minute mark to like the 10th, it was just nonstop frantic pace. And I was like, yo, is this Italy or is this EPL right now? I mean, they were going back and forth. Ronaldo had like a good attempt at like Cuadrado did this incredible inside-out move and passed it to Ronaldo. Ronaldo it barely got saved by the goalie.
Oh, I saw that one.
Ronaldo could have had 3 goals this game. Yeah, so yeah.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
He's got a brain freeze.
Okay, so
but yeah, it was just nonstop action. Inter got a penalty. That was legit a penalty. And then Lautaro kicked that ball. Literally, you couldn't have kicked that ball harder. Honestly, like that ball was bottom left corner. You can't say the matter.
I'm still having trouble believing he's 22.
He's everybody 22 came out of racing club out there. Racing club.
Racing.
Racing club. And there's no S in there in Argentina. So, yeah, Lautaro's a baller. Still keeping that streak going. Lukaku, actually, I also thought.
Lautaro.
I know, but I'm saying Lukaku I also thought played pretty good this game.
Okay.
I didn't think he played too bad. It's just the only thing that seemed like he had an opportunity also that could have went in, but it'd go for him. And I thought that if he just, it seems like the thing is when you play him and you bench him, he needs to kind of just get those reps out there. He needs to just get it because it's a different feel. It's not Man U anymore. The game is totally different here than it was at Man U.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like Lukaku can't. Obviously, I didn't watch this game, but Lukaku can get kind of shut down by good center backs. I've seen that.
Oh, you just saw Van Dijk show him down.
Yeah, but like he needs to be able to get off of that center back to be able to get it cracking. Because if it's a good dude and he's like pushed up the pitch on that center back's like heels, he can't.
And it's crazy because one of the things you don't expect Lukaku to be his best attribute. I think his best attribute is in the fast break because
he's good on counterattacks.
He's extremely.
Remember in the World Cup?
Yes,
dogged Brazil. Dogged Brazil.
In multiple World Cups, he was that kind of monster in a fast break.
Well,
and in
the
this game,
recent one, he dogged Brazil out.
I hope that blows on you right now, like kombucha. No, like especially when he's coming with the ball down, I think he has that like unpredictable speed. Like you don't really see that if you don't watch him enough, and he kind of comes at you really quick like a freight train.
Yeah.
And
he's fast.
He was coming in there putting in the work, and yeah. Of course, I think when I got to halftime, I was thinking to myself, okay, like what adjustments going to make? Because shout out to Squared playing incredible fullback again.
He's playing right back.
15th appearance at fullback.
Mm-hmm.
Played an incredible job. It's crazy because when you put him in the back there, he plays like pretty good defense, but he's even more dangerously going forward because he has so much space to get up. Like when he gets his mojo from passing that first person, it becomes more dangerous.
Oh yeah,
than him at winger. A winger is just one guy. He has all this pressure to get something done. But when you give him extra space to come with the ball, he was making some deadly passes. I'm like, they literally don't even have this at right back right now.
And the thing about Cuadrado, too, when he's playing at right back, he likes to dribble around somebody first and then do his thing. And that's when he's playing midfield in Copa America. He's want to dribble around somebody.
If you make him a winger, it's just too much like, you got to either do this or that. When you put him in the mid or way in the back, he gets his mojo going from that first person he juked out, and he was getting saucy this game, like straight up. It was really nice to watch.
The thing is, like when you're like, I haven't seen him play like right back for Juve, but it's same concept as when he's playing in the midfield. When he's playing in the midfield in Copa America, most midfielders don't dribble past that first defender in front of them. So when they do that, the rest of the defense is like panic mode after that because you messed that line up kind of. So like when and I would imagine when he's playing right back too, like most of the time the right back has somebody in front of them and they just have to like kind of pass it around. But if he can get around that guy, then like you kind of make the offense go faster and like straight ahead, like downhill automatically. So Square has always been a baller, always been underrated, but he's definitely like got some added dimension and like a fearlessness playing in behind that front line, you know?
Yeah, and I think if anybody is to say in this game that hey, you Ronaldo was not really the guy he is before. I mean, look,
I don't even think that's true, but okay.
I mean, like, look, I'll go ahead and say that I don't think it's the same dude that we're talking about. 31, 32-year Ronaldo when they had the orange jersey. I mean, that guy was ridiculous. But the same thing is like you're not necessarily losing. You're not getting a worse player. You're getting a different type of player. And I think that it's a player that's not being utilized correctly. That's the issue here.
You don't think he's being utilized correctly?
I don't think he's being utilized correctly. I mean, have he been utilized correctly? Have they won a Champions League? I don't think so.
Who? With Juve?
Yeah.
He's only been on 2 seasons.
I know, but I'm saying that he hasn't been utilized correctly, I don't think.
He's playing on the left wing most of the time.
Yeah, but they're swapping him in and out in the middle and the top right now. Like, for example, this game, I thought it'd have been another good game to have Higuain in the middle, Ronaldo on the left, and then whoever you want on the right, Bernardeschi or whatever.
Well, Higuain came in later, though.
I know he did. So I was like, why didn't he start over Dybala up top?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a coach. I mean, I'm not just saying it's the best thing in the world, but like sometimes a coach play around and like somebody, you tinker a little bit sometimes. Not like Tuchel, where you just put some 17-year-old and hope for the best. But like, I mean, I can see the coach like wanting to try something,
The penalty, going back on the penalty, did you see the replay? It was legit.
Handball, right?
So it was Lick was playing defense and when he played defense, he put his arm out like this, and when he went out, the ball landed on it. I'm like, dog, that's got to be called a penalty. It just has to. Like, that's just what it is. If you were like this and it went on you, that's not a penalty. Like, you're literally on your body. But if you're out like this, I'm like, first of all, why are you even going forearm out?
I mean, it can happen.
I know it can happen, but I'm like,
I wouldn't. But it's not bad on him though.
No, it's not in the world. I think people are kind of being hard on him right now, and they're really like talking about like he's fat and stuff. I'm like, geez,
wasn't that his pass to Dybala? Wasn't that his pass for the goal? I'm pretty sure that was his pass. That went from I'm pretty sure that was him to Dybala.
Like, I don't think he's playing bad at all, but people are kind of getting on him like crazy right now, talking about he's like on some all no pasta diet. I'm like, dude, just like,
well, you know what it is, dog. Like, this is the problem. Because soccer,
is he getting like hazed right now?
Soccer is such a highlight-driven culture from like the fans' perspective that like when they saw the highlights of him like in between Champions League matches or before the matches, they're showing like header goals, and it's like, yo, dude, or like some slide tackle. A center back don't ever have to score a goal. And a center back
you can have zero whole career and be baller.
Don't ever have to slide tackle somebody. It's mostly about positioning and cutting off passing lanes.
What I liked about him, I just liked his size, his physicality. I liked that he moved well,
clearing balls.
When I watched him, I was like, I didn't care really about the goals he scored or whatever. What I cared about, I was like, he just looks really comfortable. He looks like he commands the back line, and like he's wearing a captain. Man, he looked 34, but he's 18. Like, I was like, that's really impressive to me. And now I think that it's tough to be hard on him, because when we're talking about somebody who is now playing in a position behind Bonucci, and it's a new adjustment field, it's a new role, and a new league. It's a whole new life. So this man needs at least 1 to 2 to 3 years to really kind of get it going. I mean, he's a young guy. And what is he, like 19, 20? He's ridiculous.
And you're playing with seasoned veterans. You're playing with stars. You're playing in a totally different league.
A center back is not an investment where you give a 3-month window. It's an investment for the future, especially a young baller.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an investment for the future.
And they pay big money for him. So, no, I mean, people going hard on him like I mean,
they don't even watch him.
You're going to get annoyed if I bring this guy up, but it ain't like he's playing like Militao out here. Like, Militao looks crazy out here right now, but like he could still get it cracking too. But from what I've seen, I think I've watched Juve once or twice so far. Like, he doesn't look like superstar stellar, but most center backs don't. You know what I mean?
And I think he looks surface. He looks fine right now. He's young.
Most center backs don't have amazing games.
My thing, I'm like, dude, he's young. If he looks decent now, that means he has so much potential in the future. Just go ahead, man.
Especially going to Serie A.
Yeah, it's not easy.
And you're playing with Ronaldo.
That's like the center back legacy areas.
Yeah, you're playing with these center backs. You're playing with Ronaldo. Can you imagine? I mean, even though he's playing with some good players,
broke off in practice like crazy.
He played with good players in practice at Ajax too. But can you imagine, like,
it's different things?
Even like Quadrado, even Dybala, even Dybala, like, these guys are stars. You know?
I have a question. Do you think that Juve is the one? You know what? Maybe the Ronaldo thing I kind of take back. Do you think they're underutilizing Bernardeschi?
I can't say because I haven't watched him enough.
He hasn't played much at all this year.
Yeah, they
paid like $45 million for him.
Yeah, I like Bernardeschi, but I'm gonna keep it real.
He's really good.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna say that Sarri knows better than me. You know what I mean? Because I haven't watched him every game. I'm just gonna give him the credit. Sarri's a good coach, so I would imagine whatever he's doing.
And they're saying he hasn't scored in a year, which is fine.
That's okay. Like, whatever.
The thing is, I don't think that Bernardeschi is a right winger.
You think he's a left winger?
I think he's a midfielder.
I've never felt like that. I've always felt like he was a winger.
Bernardeschi play fullback. He's playing winger.
I think he's a midfielder, dog. I'm gonna keep it real. I think he's a midfielder.
I think he play in the midfield. I really do. I don't think he has a speed for the wing. I think he's good in the midfield.
But it's Italy. You don't need to be that fast.
Okay, exactly.
So you don't need to be that fast.
I know. I'm saying he didn't have the speed for the wing, so I think he can play midfield.
But I mean,
I think he is.
I don't think he's a midfielder. But I mean, we'll see.
I can see it happen.
Yeah, possibly. But as a midfielder, I don't know. Like, I feel like Bernardeschi is kind of like a one-track mind kind of player.
I mean like a Cam, not like a true deep mid.
Really? Yeah. I don't know, dog. I mean, that's my dog, but I don't know if he got it. I don't know if he got it up here to be a Cam, dog.
I think you do.
I don't know, dog. I don't know.
You're talking to Serie A Caesar right now.
I mean, but he got all them tattoos. I don't think if you're like that cerebral 10 guy that you get all them tattoos. Caesar, there's not a lot of players that can really play a 10, dog. Like, that's another whole thing. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, even the players that be wearing the 10 jersey and they're saying it's like a 10 is not even a 10, like James, even Dybala, like, they're not even really a 10.
Prince Boateng.
Yeah, no, that's not really what that's not really that guy. Like, you don't really see too many real cams out here.
Like, you know, the real Cam, the Japanese dude, he's a true 10.
Yes. I mean, obviously Valdivia in the 2015 Copa America was ridiculous.
True 10 life.
Like, honestly, that like, go watch that film to see what a 10 does.
Yeah.
This dude was like, I'm not shooting anything. I'm just gonna.
Who's that Dutch dude again? The one that got fat.
Huntelaar? No.
Baldy Schneider. Schneider's a true 10.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I know there's a player out there right now.
Ericsson's a true 10.
Ericsson, he is one for sure.
Not Dele Alli.
Oh God,
Mata's a 10.
Yes,
Mata and you know the true of all time is your boy David Silva.
David Silva is another one. Yeah. There are some out there. Even Kevin De Bruyne is too.
And Isco.
Isco is, yeah. Kevin De Bruyne is too, but sometimes
he is. He is. He really is.
If he could be in that role, he'd be like amazing.
They have like kind of like in the deeper mid, but if he's like just straight there, he's like
well,
I think he does it with Belgium. He's really good.
Yeah, I've seen him play as a 10, and he's like amazing. Nasty. Yeah, but Isco is like one of the best too, and Messi, to be honest with you too, because he's kind of more plays. Honestly, if they actually set the formation up where Messi could be that, then they'd be winning the treble every year. He's like, no, I want to line up on the formation before the match.
Right, I want to be a right wing back.
He's like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to ever see my number in the middle. I want to see it there.
I want to be far right wing back.
Yeah, even though I'm never going
to be right in front of the right back, but not crossing the half line.
But even though I'm never going to do that. But anyway, the second goal.
The second goal by Higuain, it's funny because when you watch Higuain and when he scores, you go, "Oh yeah, like that's a very Higuain goal." Mm-hmm. Like he's a very like very much a true striker.
Let's see if he remembers who got that assist. Are you going to say it? Caesar, are you going to say it, or are you just going to have dead air?
I'm gonna have dead air.
Okay, well you don't care about this show, but you don't remember who got the assist for that goal? Where somebody passed it to Ronaldo. Ronaldo laid it off to the future. In the future, gave it to Higuain, who scored a goal. That could have got saved too, but it was a good shot. But yeah, are you going to say who gave the assist?
You're talking already.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, so it was a great goal by Higuain. No one assisted him on that ball.
Wow.
He took it from the goalie.
It was a throw-in?
Took it from the goalie, brought it all the way up. He goal kicked it to himself, caught it in the run, and scored it. You were talking about super hating. Yeah. And that was game 2-1. Juve on top of Inter makes it on top of the league. On top of the league, yeah. Inter was undefeated. A couple ties up in there. I'll let those ties slide.
No. Inter was 6-0 before that. They were 6-0.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen them lose a game.
No, they were 6-0 before that.
They didn't have like a super hard schedule.
Juve drew one match.
Yeah.
So now Juve 6-1-0, and then
I always kind of wonder what would happen if they really kept Nainggolan. It'd be kind of cool to still watch him with Nainggolan.
I know.
But I'm not gonna lie. What they do is every time is whenever Sensi comes off, Vincino comes off from him, and Vincino's solid. They have a really good. I think Inter's a really good deep bench right now. With they have Vincino that comes on is very solid midfielder. Can really do it all. And then they have
races.
And then they also like to bring off the bench. And of course, like if they have Higuain or Dybala, they have Douglas Costa, who might be coming back soon.
You just went from Inter to Juve.
I'm sorry. Alexis Sanchez. That's what I meant. Alexis Sanchez. So they got players on that bench. They got some depth and people that can do something.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it could end up being a title race in Italy this year. I kind of doubt it, but
I hope so, just for the sake of not being boring.
Yeah, me too.
I actually hope Inter wins it. Because
you like Nazi ultras.
No, I just tired of seeing Juve win Italy every year.
Yeah, well, you do kind of have a thing for Nazi ultras. We did have a conversation before we played soccer last Saturday about
push the power button right now.
The legacy of your nation.
Touch me. The legacy of my nation.
Yes. Anyway, okay, Caesar. Before we talk a little bit of football, before we talk about the how big teams can improve when they're struggling, really quick before we forget about, we were just playing FIFA 20. I want to ask you, what's some of the positives and negatives of the new FIFA so far for you?
Huh.
And I got a good question for you after this too.
I like starting off with the hate, so I'm gonna start with the negatives first.
Jesus.
I think that the negatives are that career mode doesn't seem like it's been really changed at all. Really, the only thing I'm doing, I feel like I'm spending more times in between the pre-match and post-match doing very boring, recycled post-match interviews. That's the three.
So this is manager mode.
Manager mode. Yes, and they'll do the same thing. It's every single time I have an interview where they ask me if I want. Are you okay?
Is that you?
No. What are you talking about?
Relax. You're
I'm talking.
You're so defensive
On my show.
Jeez.
It was me. It was my toes. Yeah. Every single time you do a match, they basically ask you, "Oh, you have this much." It's just like really corny, 3 recycled robotic questions with 3 answers.
The only person that does manager mode.
No, I'm not
On
actually.
Earth.
Okay, first of all, that's how those. I'm gonna get angry right now. That's how out of the damn community you are. The biggest discussion point is that they haven't made a change to career mode in 7 years, and they were like, "We made some changes." What they did, they literally added one thing, which was you have a pre-match interview and a post-match interview, and it's literally just extra time out of my day between matches. It's garbage. I wanted them to go hard. Like in other games,
what would you like to see?
I would absolutely like to see some abilities to be played with the B team. Some maybe like they do games where you like play against some potential youth talent and get to pick 3 out of the group if they like ball out. Just more integration with the youth levels. Everybody talks about the big thing about soccer, talking about the youth coming up, but you have no inclusion in that. You literally press scout, and then you hope to God that a guy between a player rating of 49 and 52 pops up, and you can grab him, and in 2 seasons he'll become a 73. That's like the most boring process we've been doing for 5 years. There's just no substance to it. It's all been money invested to FUT, which is annoying as hell. FIFA Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
So I was excited about manager mode. It's whatever, but I'm gonna keep playing, and I'm happy. And I'm not. That's what I'm gonna keep playing it.
Okay, what's the positives?
Positives. They added more slave slots. Thank God.
More what?
Save slots.
Oh, I thought you said slave slots.
They added more slots for slaves, and it's a great feeling. Now, clip that. Basically, so now instead of having 4, you have up to 10, and it's a lot better. I abuse manager mode. I have usually a couple top teams. I go to I play a whole year and I leave. People like Chris, they'll go 8 years into league. I'm like, I don't want to see random names out there playing. I only go as far as the players retire. So
Caesar's addicted to video games, by the way.
Okay. Yes, I am.
I just said that.
Hey man, what are you doing right now? Are you sabotaging the show?
No, I'm not.
That's a great feature. Volta mode is amazing. I want
to ask you a question about that.
The only issue about Volta mode is that I played the beta and I played the hell out of Volta mode, so I'm not feeling the fire to play it right now. So I'm waiting a little bit till I feel like I really want to play it. That's cool.
Are people like into Volta mode?
They are. And I don't have the answers. Me and Sean were actually supposed to try to do online with each other. We didn't get to. I want to see how that is. The ranked mode is good. I haven't had any lag issues right now, so I've been playing a lot of ranked.
Big Sean from our 5th episode.
Absolutely, big Sean. That's been pretty well, and I think that also the Pro Close has been smooth too. I love Pro Close right now. So
you've done Pro Close 120?
Yeah, I have a team of Pro Close right now.
Okay, I'm joking. Okay, here's my question, Caesar, because we've talked about this like slightly a couple times before. I don't know if we ever actually did the segment. But do you think that, because we've talked about does FIFA kind of lower people's football IQ, like the fans and stuff? Do you think the Volta mode is going to lower their IQ even more?
No, I don't think so. I don't think Volta mode is that serious. I think Volta mode, if you actually play it, it's actually completely different than the mechanics of the actual mode.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying it's 3-on-3 in this FIFA Street, and it's like, what if people start playing that so much, and then that kind of mentality transfers because we've said that about the regular FIFA.
Yeah, I think regular FIFA because it's more people think it's some kind of simulation of the real life event.
Okay.
But I don't think Volta mode does because it's already a recreation of past games like NBA Street and all that. So
and FIFA Street.
Yeah, FIFA Street. So I don't think so.
I used to play Austria back then.
Don't really care at all.
He's got some big old dude. I called him Lurch.
Yeah, it only explains who you are. Yeah, so basically, yeah, I think FIFA 20 is cool. It sucks to me because it's starting to hit me now. It's been 20 years I've been doing FIFA, And now finally starting to hit me where it's like, wow, I just paid another $60 for a game that could have easily been a DLC, like in a downloadable content.
That's what that means.
I mean, it could have literally the only thing that changed was maybe not even I don't think the graphics changed at all. They added one thing, which was the interview mode, and they added a street mode. That could have been like a 10 gigabyte update that Destiny, other games do stuff like a season pass. You just pay $40 and you get a whole new additions.
Caesar, if they would have released FIFA Volta as like a separate game, would you have got it?
No, I would have waited till it was cheaper.
Okay, let's say if it was half.
If they just had a solo FIFA street mode, 100%.
Yeah,
I probably would have got it. I probably would have got it.
What if it was $90?
No, I'm not getting that, son.
60?
No.
45?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Give me $2.
I don't know. I have to check my bank account. I still owe you from the theater.
Okay, Caesar. So you're feeling it overall, though.
I'm feeling overall. I think it's good. I think it's. I mean, I'm biased.
Okay.
You are only on your second title, really.
Basically.
How do you feel? Do you feel any difference when you played?
No, but that's because I'm also not really that good.
Yeah, but do you feel anything different when you play?
No, but like I might if I was like really good. But if
I didn't tell you, you probably would have thought you were playing the same mode.
But yeah, well, there's some stuff that looks different, but like I mean, just in the when you're at the home screens and stuff like that.
You know what I did notice? Less of the light shadow problem.
So far. But we're playing
when I played manager mode, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully somebody told me that's very annoying. But yeah, I'm not that good
at all.
But what I have seen though, like you said, there's some like tackling is a little bit easier. Like not easier, but there's some like stuff where it's like not as annoying as before. But we're only playing on since we just started this season, we are playing on professional. So maybe if we put it up to what's it called, the one after that, I think it's world class. Maybe they'll start cheating again because they just be cheating. Like honestly, that's the thing that annoyed me playing world class. I'm like, it's not like it's harder to play. It's just like all their players are really fast. I miss all my shots now,
and then they make all theirs.
Yeah, and they make all theirs. I'm like, that's not really like, and like my computer sucks and like theirs is good. I'm like that isn't like. I feel like if you're gonna make it like a higher level up, like the pass anticipation and like making the correct pass is like the thing. Like people collapse on you more when you have the ball, but whatever. I don't know nothing about game development, so
okay. Oh, sure.
Can they bring Miss Pac-Man back or what?
They have it out. You don't need to bring it back.
I'm trying to get a joint, the sit-down joint and Pizza Hut joint.
What are you doing with your hands, man?
The joystick,
whoa.
The joystick and Pizza.
You
know what I'm talking about, though.
They have those.
The sit-down joint.
You just plug it into your TV. They have them.
No, I'm talking about the sit-down joint.
Oh, you want a whole bar arcade with a TV screen inside?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But Echo's Pizza has it in Long Beach.
But if you go to any place now, because it's so old, like the joystick is so messed up now.
So you want a true, clean, authentic one that you mess with.
I mean, like it's
we made it get that check, man. It'll be your first thing you splurge on.
Just the gameplay on it is so bad in the arcade because the joystick is 30-something years old. Man.
Yeah, it's like super. It has so much give to it.
Well, no, just don't go. You can be like ding, 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 and they don't even move. Obviously, I'm go hard, Miss Pac-Man. Anyway, Caesar, want to talk about what's going on in some of these leagues right now?
Whoa, earthquake.
Was it, or is this you stomping the ground? Some teams are struggling, and one of these, most of these, I want to talk about are big teams, but Tottenham isn't. But it's interesting to see these good teams struggle, and I think there's different issues for each team. But I want to talk first about Manchester United. Manchester United right now, eight matches into the season, are sitting in 12th place.
Oh, that'd be so dope to get relegated.
I think I called that.
That'd be so dope. Oh my god!
Can you imagine?
That'd make my life.
You know what would be funny? The people scrambling to get the championship on their network.
Oh yeah,
because like people still gonna watch Man U.
Oh yeah,
and they're gonna be like excited to watch Man U in the second division.
They're gonna talk about the hype coming in. When
like somebody's gonna like BN used to have a championship on BN here.
Yeah,
they're gonna be like
Plus has some championship.
They're gonna be like,
I saw Wigan Athletic on there.
They're gonna be like, oh, we're trying to get the championship. But yeah, so Manchester United is sitting in 12th place right now. Their record is 2-3-3. They got 9 points in 8 matches.
Like us on Stable.
Who?
That's on our game.
Who?
FIFA.
One more time.
Our pro clubs team.
What about them?
With the same record, basically. Remember?
Oh, stupid. They just lost to Newcastle the other day before this international break.
The maximum was putting on that game.
I did see some play too. And you know who started? DeAndre Yedlin.
No way. He's back.
Mm-hmm.
All I care about Newcastle starting is my boy St. Maximilian Cornelius III.
Please
DeAndre Yedlin.
Don't forget the Augustus.
And my boy Muto.
Muto.
Striker. He's baller.
Okay. As long as it's not Porto.
No, it's Muto. Cool name.
Okay, Caesar, I want to know what you think. Like, what's going on with Man U in your opinion, off top?
I think there's a couple things actually going on. I mean, this is many years now of not active watching Man U, but just seeing from. I remember when they got Falcao. I remember all this happening, and that decline there. I think that the big issue this season.
Yeah, let me just say this. I'm not trying to like cut you off or like say trying to dictate what you do. Let's stick to like this season because we could brag on them for the past 5 seasons and just spend the whole time. But like it would. But let's just go for this season because it's Man U. There's always going to be hype going into this season. So let's just go like these 8 matches basically.
I think Man U, one of the primary issues with them is that they've had a bad job of being able to turn over talent on their team. They seem to retain older. I guess not old talent, but just talent from the previous years where, let's keep it real, nothing really materialized. Statistically, I didn't really see anything crazy from these players that stayed. And then results-wise, what did it really get to some of them? I know they won Europa League. But
a couple years ago.
Yeah, you retain some players, you didn't move on. And then the big thing to me is you've always been this allure, been a big club that pulls in big players, and they always do the whole, who could say no to Man U? Clearly, a lot of people are because the biggest thing you were able to pull was Paul Pogba. But that was before he won World Cup. I'm going to keep real, though. If Paul Pogba won World Cup and was still in Juve, I don't think you would have been able to pull him on Man U. You got Pogba kind of at the right time. It was like right when he was balling, but still kind of youngish. And you got him at the right time. But this Pogba, I think he would have went straight to Real or something like that. I'm sorry. And then you got Alexis Sanchez when who really wanted him? You got him from Arsenal. You didn't even get him from Barcelona. You got him from Arsenal.
And the highest salary ever
and
for a player in EPL.
You're paying him half a land and part of Greenland for him. It's ridiculous. So I just, I think that there's improper management in terms of players on the team. Why on God's earth you still have Juan Mata starting games in 2019 is beyond me. I was watching this dude in a Chelsea jersey still trying to get time from Mourinho. And he's over here getting starting minutes at Man U. What's happening? He should be playing in the Open Cups or whatever. He should be playing in the games they play in Singapore. Like, Singapore, man, let's get a World Cup. Let's get Mata out there getting his minutes in, getting his legs, his knees good. Not starting trying the Premiership. Nah, dude, you can't be doing that.
Honestly, I put that
you still just say Lingard. What?
Oh, I'm joking. I did put they're not bringing in top players. Like they're not bringing in dudes. It's like wow, you get excited for. They got Pogba a couple years ago, but this season, all they did was let go of Lukaku, and then they got Wan-Bissaka. I'm joking. And who else? There was somebody else they got.
Daniel James or Daniel
James. But it's like even though I like Daniel James, but like. You need to be bringing in top players.
And I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
the thing is, okay, you got Wan-Bissaka from Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
You got him from Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
You got him from down the block and around the corner in the same country.
Yeah.
You didn't really go and do some recruiting where you found.
He's not a top player.
Look. I don't hate to keep bringing this dude up. For example, like okay, we watched Copa America, right?
Yes.
Japan played Copa America. I watched 3 people, and I'm like, these guys can play somewhere
in Japan. From Japan?
Yeah, and then the first thing I see is one player was playing in Qatar. Boom goes to FC Porto, just like that for 30 million. I'm like, okay, look, that's called scouting. They watched this. They weren't watching matches ago. They watched this Copa America, and they were like, that guy's could do something. Brought him over. He's got the 10 jersey, and he started for Porto. I don't see Man U doing that.
No.
Man U's getting dudes from the same tournament, and they do the same, and it's the same corny spiel I see on TV. Yeah, I remember we played against them, and we told the coach, yeah, we got to get that guy. That sounds like the only kind of scouting I hear from Man U all the time now. That's the way they got Ronaldo. That's the way they get everybody, apparently. But are you really spending times in player scouting? Because what they should have been doing is going, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go the Domino League over here in France and see what's good. Get Guendouzi. I'm gonna go get Rafael Braun over here from Lens. Like, dude, like what are you really watching out here? Yeah. How are you Man U and Nabil Fekir goes to Real Betis?
Don't ever Portuguese. It's
how does that happen?
Don't ever do that over here.
Over here? What is some kind of original language podcast?
Yeah, I'm repping
some true Spanish podcast.
Yeah,
from Real Betis?
No, don't Brazilian Portuguese.
No, I just messed up the Spanish. That's mean. How does he go there?
Yeah.
So I don't understand the recruiting here. I don't understand the scouting.
Like, I wouldn't even say you got to scout. Just go get the best players. Be like, I would say they should get Neymar. You get Mbappe.
If someone's saying that, you don't want to overpay. Let me tell you right now, sir, Man U. If someone's to tell me, and this is a situation, man, someone says they don't need to be overpaying or whatever.
Oh God.
You are in no position to not overpay for anybody.
Yeah, no, you're going to overpay for everybody.
You gave $550K per week.
Yeah, to Alexis Sanchez.
Everybody deserves $700K after that. If you give him $550K, Juan Bissaka should get $600K. I'm sorry, because he plays. So bad. But he's dead regular. I'm sorry. Everybody comes into Man U seasons giving this all kind of weirdo hype going on. I'm like, is it really going to crack off? I watch one game, they lose 3-0. I'm like, oh, okay. Guess we're just back to normal. Or they get their first match, they win 1-0. Everybody's super happy because Man U always balls out that first game. Everybody's super excited.
The first game. They beat Chelsea 4-0.
I mean, Martial's first match, he was over there putting in the brace. Huh? He's injured.
I think he's fake injured. I think he's like,
I don't think he wants to be there.
Yeah, he's like, oh, God, it's raining again. Sacre bleu. It's raining again. Meld.
Raining, he goes, yo, my knee, dude.
My ribs.
You know what happens, coach? Whenever that rain comes, my joints act weird. Yeah. I don't know. I just think that there's no real investment from top down.
Bring in the top players. Bring in stars. Bring in the big.
What does that mean? It's people like to blame the ownership. I don't even know if it's necessarily ownership. I think it has to do with player management. If ownership aren't the people that are doing direct player decisions, then everybody in that booth with the suit on, I would literally say, all y'all go home. All y'all take the tram, go home. Everybody out now. Everybody go. Yeah,
they should get us. I mean, honestly, like
they don't want to win. That's why they don't get us.
Well, that's honestly. I mean, we've had that discussion many times. Like, is it more advantageous for a team like Manchester United to win or just be in the news all the time? But yeah, I just feel like go get the top players. Like you look at the top 3 teams in each league and just go get the best players. Like, hey, you want to come to Manchester United? We're gonna triple your salary. If you play in France, if you play in Germany, if you play in Spain, unless you're like Luis Suarez or Messi or some, you know what I mean, Bale, we're gonna triple your salary basically. Come out here. I mean, you might not love to live in Manchester. You might not love the weather or something, but you're playing for Manchester United, and that does mean something. And you're going to grow your global brand big time, no matter what.
It's the only this ain't
club Chelsea and Arsenal.
It's the only club in Europe that you're going to get that actual access to American sponsorship and attention.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry,
it's
that's
the biggest club,
one.
Basically, between Barcelona and Real Madrid, but then it's an English speaking audience. Like you're in a place that speaks English, so you're more global. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I just don't understand like why they don't go get the top player.
And I always think to myself, look, if I were to be this hypothetical great player, amazing player, I can see myself being in a situation where Man U made an offer I couldn't refuse. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, as much as I love you would love some other clubs, you go, dude, it's freaking Man U, man. Because if I ball there, they'll literally start calling me the greatest of all time in 2 years.
If you play for I'm sorry, the only teams that you can pick above them for real is like Real Madrid and Barcelona. If you play for Atleti, if you play for PSG, Lyon, Bayern, BVB, anywhere else, Juve, Inter, Milan, like just go. You got they're trying to get you. You got to go.
Like, Is it the newspapers doing recruiting, or are they doing it? Because the newspaper would be like, "Oh yeah, well, Man U wants Iñaki Williams." I'm like, well, but
I don't know. I don't even believe that.
What's going on here?
I don't believe that stuff.
I don't.
But honestly, I'm just like, dog. Like, you can get anybody.
Maybe they want Chevrolet.
Why don't you just try to get the top players? And you know what? Like, let's say there's like a young player. I'm trying to think of somebody. Maybe like Lautaro Martinez. Like, he's 22 or whatever.
Oh.
Maybe, and he came to Inter last season, correct?
Mid-year.
Let's say he's 21 years old. He's 21 years old. Have somebody call his agent up and be like, "Hey, we've seen him. He's a pretty good player. We're not sure, but put him in some English classes. Let's start getting that ball rolling.
You know
potentially.
What? If Man U called Lautaro Martinez and they said, "Man, let's say he's going to Inter," you say, "He's coming to Man U," and you hang up the phone, and then you whatever the hell Inter offered. You say that's cute. He's coming here.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you don't necessarily want some player, let's say Man U doesn't know yet because they don't know how it's going to pan out. At least you could put the bug like, hey, we got our eye on this guy. He's 20, 21.
They're not even in a position to. They're not even in a position to not know if a guy's going to pan out. Well, you got to just kind of get it going.
Well, I mean, yes and no.
And I'm not talking just like, get all the random talented young players around the world. You can get some guys with names. Nabil Fekir wasn't a guy you couldn't get.
Well, that's another thing too. So what I'm saying initially is get the top players, and if you're not gonna, and along with that, getting the top players, put the bug in the ear of the young players, because if somebody says somebody's coming from South America or something like that, maybe you don't want somebody straight out of Argentina, straight out of Brazil to come straight to Man U. That I can understand that.
Yeah.
You want to see how they adapt to playing in Europe first, okay? But every other team they're going to go to, most likely, Man U was an upgrade. Mm-hmm. So be like, hey, we've seen this guy. He looks pretty good. Put him in some English classes. Let him get some familiarity with the language.
Agreed.
He can say okay and thank you, but like, let's get him a little bit. I seen Mbappe. I seen Mbappe for a while now. I know he couldn't speak no English before. This dude was talking at the FIFA Awards, speaking English with Luka Modric. Speaking English. I'm like, somebody, I don't know.
If you want this Jordan extra contract, go ahead.
But somebody at Man U might have, hypothetically speaking, somebody in EPL could have been, or City could have been like, hey, we know you got a contract. You're gonna have to play a couple seasons at PSG. They're not gonna let you go yet. But
they should literally be like, we're gonna give our whole youth system and $200 million for Mbappe right now.
And they might be like, and it'll be a lot easier for you and a lot better for your brand if you speak English when you come here. Because Martial wasn't a star when he came from Monaco, but he didn't speak English when he came there. So it's going to be an issue, especially in that media market. Maybe in Italy or whatever, or France, whatever, But like English, in England, you want to be a part of that media scene. So you're going to speak some English, yo. But anyway, I don't want to spend all the time on Man U.
No.
Okay, another one really quickly, I guess. Tottenham right now, I didn't write down the record because I guess it doesn't matter as much, but they went from losing 7-2 to Bayern and then in Champions League, then got back in the league and lost 3-0 to Brighton Hove Albion.
Is that a Eastern European team?
It's too stupid. They're like mascots a seagull. I'm like, damn, dog, eats chip wrappers. Like,
is it the team that has the American Express logo?
Yes.
It's just hard. It's the best sponsor.
I'm just like, this is
American
a seagull.
Express on the jersey, though.
It's a white sea flying rat, dude. Like, what do you
Elephant.
I remember they used to throw Alka-Seltzers to the seagulls.
Hey, man, come on,
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Look at this band. The most aggressive push ever is PETA.
That's true.
They want you to out. Whoever said that?
I don't remember the names.
Yeah.
But they were like this though. Okay, so what do you think is going on with Tottenham? What's up with them?
I actually don't really know the answer to that, to be honest with you. I'd be frank, I haven't seen Tottenham play one time this year.
Okay.
I don't really know what major difference they made. Other than that, I can only imagine just age might be a big difference of what's changing in their team from before last year.
Players getting older?
Yeah. We're talking about them still having like Sissoko starting. I don't think Sissoko's bad or anything. But I was like, man, I've been watching Sissoko play for a minute now, dude. Is this really like what we got going on midfield? I know they have Wanyama who's a baller. and they have
I haven't seen him play all season.
I know they have and then they got our boy
Son,
and they got
Ndombele.
So they got good players. So I don't really know necessarily what the answer is. It could just be that they still having Serge Aurier play games. That could just be the biggest negative on their team. To be honest with you,
you know, I don't watch games trying to watch somebody play bad, but geez, this is off topic. I'm gonna talk about Tottenham. This is off topic. I seen something. I think it was AS English talking about.
No one can see.
I can.
I don't care about you.
Talking about what's his name, Hakimi coming back to Real Madrid and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm like, yo, I watched him play. He was the worst player on Real Madrid.
The people in the comments talking about like, oh, it's poor management if they let him go. I'm like, you literally haven't watched the game. You never watched him play.
I'm seeing him play for BVB. That's cute. Real Madrid is the worst player.
Remember, I was the one trying to ride for him. I was like, give him time. He's young. Give him time. I literally on the show. I watched the game. I watched him. I was like, you know what?
I remember Ray Hudson talking about the young wonder kid. I'm like, why do you just make stuff up? He was so bad, like horrible.
Yeah, he
was worse than Danilo.
It sucks because hey man, he scored the best on goal of all time. It's second. No, I thought it was the best. Second. Infidels was better.
No, wait. I think actually
you said his first. I said Infidels. So thanks for switching teams. You lost. It sucks because when you watched him, you had some nerve to tell me he was good, and then I'm like, if he's good, what was Reguilon, a god? Because Reguilon played last year, and he looked amazing to me. Yeah. He looked amazing. So if Ashraf looked like a wonder kid to you, then what the hell was Reguilon? Just the next coming of Jesus?
You know these people are capped. But anyway, okay, so going back to Tottenham, what I really think is going on, and the reason why they're struggling, they went to Champions League final last year. They're back in Champions League this season. I just think it's the coach. Like, there's no tactics, there's no creativity, and there's a part of me that feels like he wants out of there. He's sending out some cryptic messages that we've talked about, like saying there's players with different agendas, I guess. I just don't know what that means. He's had some meeting with the owners or whatever, the board. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what happened, but I just feel like he's lacking any kind of tactical creativity, and he's just kind of putting out a lineup and just saying like, y'all just go play, instead of like, obviously, like, these guys have been playing forever, so they basically know what to do. But sometimes the coach, like, you're watching what's going on. Like, you got to be able to say, like, hey, like, do this, other than just having two people switch sides up top, but, like, saying, like, oh, I'm watching this guy do such and such thing.
Yeah, and sometimes players have tendencies, and sometimes players, even though they're humans, they need reinforcement.
Yeah, exactly.
They need reinforcement.
And
someone can know everything in the whole world, and they still need a coach to be able to help put it all together.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the tools and the shit.
Yeah, so it's they'll probably end up doing well this season, but like, damn, losing 7-2 at home. Oh, Lord.
Question. Who's going to finish lower this year? Tottenham, Hotspur, no S.
Joe Budden, no S.
Yeah, no Joe Buddens. Or Man U.
Holly Holm, no S. No ES. I think Tottenham will. I'm sorry. I think Man U will finish lower because they have the past 2 seasons. So.
All right.
Was it 2 seasons? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, okay. Next one, really quick. Lyon. Lyon right now sitting on 9 points. They are they're not in the relegation zone, but they have the same amount of points as teams in the relegation zone. So there's like 8, 9. There's like 5 teams with 9, including them. And like that 9 there's a team with 9 points that's in the relegation zone.
So we're calling them relegated.
So yeah, like they're technically 1, and so the bottom team has 8. So they're 1 point off of the bottom. They did fire, I think either today or yesterday. I think it might have been today. They fired Silvino, and they won in the Champions League last week, I think, but they lost to Saint Etienne this last game, and that's like their big derby is Saint Etienne. So yeah, I mean, I don't think you've watched them this season though.
All I know is that they started Bertrand Traore. I'm like, you're not going to get anywhere.
Well, no, they're not starting him.
Okay, good. Because I watched him and I'm like, there's nothing.
He's decent, though.
Nah, dude, I'm sorry. He lost me that match. I'll never forget that.
That one for Ajax?
Yeah.
That Caesar, come on, dog. That was so long ago.
My scout game was incredible. I seen it. I got it, all the answers right there.
No, Bertrand Traore is good, but I feel like he might be injured. I haven't seen him in a while.
I hope so.
Damn.
I like Maximilian Cornet more than him.
I don't know what's up with him either, yo. I feel like he might be injured as well. I don't know what's going on.
Everybody
like
injured.
Depay,
Not everybody's on drugs. Everybody's injured.
I've seen Depay and I've seen Dembele, obviously.
I mean, who did Leon really get this season?
Who did they?
I mean, they got a lot of money from Dembele. What did they get for him?
I don't know, but I mean,
nothing.
I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you. They got some center back. They got some center back. I don't know who he is. Who? I don't know. They got some center back. I don't know who he is, but
they saw that Belgian dude, right?
Denier, yeah, they do.
Mad undersized.
Undersized? You're joking?
He's like 5'11", 6 feet.
That's undersized for a center back?
Yeah, man.
This dude literally knows nothing.
He looks like a fullback.
Okay.
Hey, man, I'll hang up right now and say something like that again.
Hang
I
up.
literally know nothing. I literally put swear the
What are you doing? Whoa. Oh, my goodness. Caesar's the biggest we made it hater after George would tell us. Okay, anyway, so here's what I think is going on with Leon this season. They hired a coach with no experience. Silvino has never been like the head coach of a team.
Is that the Brazilian guy?
Yeah.
He used to play for them?
Juninho did. I don't know if Silvino did, but maybe he did. He doesn't speak French, also, which I think is kind of a big deal in France. You need a coach that speaks the language.
How do you interview?
Huh?
You're like, oh yeah, just translate with the interview. Like they didn't think like that was their qualification.
Well, I mean, I think there probably some other coaches maybe, but I don't know.
Not true. I'm hating.
So yeah, he has never been the actual head coach of a team. He worked in the Brazil staff.
Oh yeah, Silvino. Yeah, I remember.
And
he was like part of the team that he was the coach of the team that won like the Olympic team or something like that, right?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure, but he's worked with like Thiago Silva, Neymar, and all them.
Yeah,
they all like hugged him before the match. I think I was telling you like before the Leon match, they were all like went and go like
they were hugging him goodbye.
But also, what I think is that Leon should be hiring like top coaches. Like you're a big club, you have a huge fan base, at least in France. I can't speak for the world, but like there are a lot of people that like Lyon, and they used to be the dominant force in France before PSG. And I think they should be getting big coaches. Like
they should too. I think they should.
You know,
it's good for the league.
Yeah, when dude leaves, the guy before I forgot his name, Genesio maybe. Like reach out to Arsene Wenger, reach out to Laurent Blanc, cool. Dude. They're talking about Arsene Wenger a little bit, but I'm like, yo, that'd dude, like get Arsene Wenger in there, dude.
Cool swag.
Yeah, he want to be on
man drip.
He want to be
he speaking
French too. Back in the league, speaking French with people and stuff.
Yeah, he's like nice. No more just being crap. English.
I mean,
I don't know English.
What does BN have to do with it?
You don't speak English anymore. TV now gets to go and be a coach speaking French.
Yeah.
It's not like dissing BN. God.
No, I thought it was like, huh? But anyway. But can you not? Anyway.
Oh, crap. I didn't know I was shaking the screen.
Caesar's extra.
We got this ghetto setup. That's why.
It's not. It's fine.
Let me get this mic back. This camera back.
Nah, dog. But yeah, I think they should be hiring top coaches. Maybe Laurent Blanc, maybe Arsene Wenger. Like that's good for the league, and it's also good for them. Like Lyon's a big club. Act like it, yo. You got money.
Stop trying to get the young stuff.
They're paying. I think their goalie gets paid like $250,000 a week or something like that. Crazy.
And then Lopez.
Yeah, he signed a new contract. Crazy amount of money. $300,000. He's good goalie. Yeah. But I'm just like, dude, you gotta like get a really good coach, not some like new guy that never done anything. Silvino was doing some weird stuff, playing counterattack ball and parking the bus. Like, what are you doing? That looks cute sometimes, but like, come on now. But yeah, they did just fire him. And I don't know about Juninho. I don't know if he's gonna stay as like kind of the general manager, or whatever,
player director.
So whatever he is, but
Pernambuco.
But I would love to
straight up real Brazilian name, Pernambuco.
Oh yeah, that's a city, right?
Yeah.
I would love to see Arsene Wenger there. I think that'd be dope. The day I know that Arsene Wenger would rather be speaking French, I remember he was talking about like it was some interview. I think he was still at Arsenal at the time. I was like, his accent is so heavy. Like,
Been like 20 years here.
I'm like, yo, dog. He was like, he didn't even say Mbappe. Like everybody says Mbappe, he was like, Mbappe. I was like, this dude is Frenchifying everything, dude. I'm
Hey,
like,
man,
he
he's not
wants,
French, man. He's French, man.
huh?
He's just keeping it real with his roots.
I know what I'm saying. Like he wants to be speaking.
I came here, but you start screaming at me because I'd say Real Betis.
Yeah, because you're trying to fake the language, yo. You're trying to do
Fake the language?
You're
It's
trying
an
to
enunciation, sir.
No, it's not. You're being fake when you do that.
Wow.
It's not like you be talking about Real Madrid.
I do say Real Madrid.
Okay, dog. You're cap. Anyway, okay, last one. Your boys, one of your favorite teams, air conditioner Milan.
Favorite teams.
They are sitting 9 points right now. They're 3 points off a relegation zone.
I love a relegation watcher like a month into the season.
Yeah, whatever.
Just like
but these are big clubs, though. You know what I mean? Like
True.
they shouldn't be doing that.
I'm not hating them. I just think it's funny.
I mean, it is what it is. They shouldn't be doing that.
I'm saying it's dope because the other sport does this either because no one else has like relegation. So.
You feel me? It ain't like MLS, like it matters. Oh,
nah,
Colorado sucks again.
Bottom all they want.
Yeah,
this is FC Cincinnati.
Yeah, seriously. You watched the Derby, but have you watched Milan other than that? No, I know you at least watched Milan twice.
Yeah,
because you saw Rafael Leao twice.
The Derby was actually not team wise some of the best I saw them play, but I saw players play to their best. That team has so much work to do. They don't have an identity really. Their formation is weird. Why on earth they're starting that Turkish dude as a starting 10? I'm like, look. You literally, if you're literally this team's about to be relegated, why are you not just bringing out players like Laxalt and
he left?
Okay, I'm sorry. Or like certain players like Paqueta out there. Like, dude, you have this young Brazilian player. Play him every goddamn game. You should just do it because what do you have to lose? You're about to be in relegation. Yeah. Starting who you had, just get him out there. I'm happy that they started. What's his name? Rafael Leão. He looked incredible that game. I can't get over it. He was so good.
In Portugal, they pronounce that R in Portugal, so I need you to stop trying to Brazilify everything.
Who are you, man? This dude.
You didn't want to say anything about Betancourt and Vecino. You know what I'm saying?
Betancourt's so regular. That's good.
So you're fake. You're fake. You're cap.
Valverde's better than Betancourt, though. He is.
Ooh.
Already good.
Okay, hold on, dog. Hold on.
Okay. How about before we start? Betancourt, I feel like you kind of get a gist of what he's going to play forever. Very holding back man.
Definitely not
silky with the ball.
Definitely.
Valverde is super versatile. I like Valverde. He can play anywhere. He's really good.
This dude's literally just lying right now.
I like Betancourt.
Okay.
Valverde's ball though.
I like Valverde a lot, but I haven't seen a lot of Betancourt. But from what I've seen, he's good though. He's faster. He's kind of quicker than Valverde, but Valverde's actually really fast. When he gets running, you'd be like, "Whoa, dude!" I've seen him run before. I'm like, "Dog, chill out."
You're upset. Like, why are you running so fast?
Because honestly, you don't see that much speed in soccer that much. Okay, this is. I don't know if you're done with Milan, but whatever. Who cares?
Wow, air conditioning though.
They did fire their coach.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I think. I think it's the curse of Berlusconi. They had a horrible owner, and it's just been down for he sold the team or whatever in 2017, but like it's just been really bad. I remember watching games where Milan was so bad. This is like a couple years ago. I'm just like, whoa.
They were really bad that last bout till they were disgusting.
Obviously, I didn't watch soccer back when they were good.
They were amazing.
But it's like for me, when I was watching them these past few years, I'm like, hard for me to believe this team was ever good.
It's funny. The opposite is people that watched them for so many years hard to believe that they're so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's hilarious about what's going on.
Yeah, they're terrible.
I only watch them just because the name still. I'm like, oh man, Stacey Milan, I never know. Because I just think of those days when like they had Pato, they were just redunculous. They had Fat Ronaldo. Fat Ronaldo was absurd on that team.
There was some dude that said something about them on Twitter. I can't remember, but I was like, he was like saying something about them winning or whatever. I was like, they haven't won a trophy in like 5 years. Mm. And then he said the Super Cup, the Italian Super Cup. I was like, get out of here, dude.
Well, it's almost like it's funny because like the decline of the two giants, like Man U and AC Milan both started dying around the same time, and have
Yeah.
been dead kind of ever since. I know Man U won Europa League. I'm sorry.
No, but that's not.
Yeah, but
that's
they
not,
did
no, that's
win
not
Europa
good.
League. They did,
Yeah, but that's not good for Man U.
But they still won Europa League.
No,
because they did. They still won Europa
But
League.
I'm not giving them credit for that.
I'm gonna give them credit for that because at least they did something.
It's Manchester United.
AC Milan
dog.
didn't even be able to get into a goddamn Champions League to get a crack.
But like that's Manchester United, yo. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
You gotta win. You can't be like
big British Bam.
I give Atleti some credit for winning Europa League. I'll give them some credit for winning Europa League. They're not a for real big club.
Yeah.
Man U is like big as ever. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. When the good teams struggle, I remember when Chelsea started doing bad that one season after they won the league, and they ended up firing Mourinho. But we knew what it was. It was like Mourinho didn't bring any competition. You got to bring in competition for your good players, especially when you did good the season before. Tottenham, I feel like they should have done that more. Maybe they needed to sell a couple players, maybe get like Dele Alli out of there.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of players on the team seem pretty comfortable. I'm sure Harry Kane is too.
Harry Kane's probably comfortable too. But I feel like they still had Eriksen. And honestly, I think it does a lot to your team when a player is there and he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, he said he wanted to leave or something.
Yeah, he wanted out of there. And like when a player wants to leave, you got to let him go.
It's weird. It's weird it's so awkward when they stay.
Yeah, and it just messes up. Like he's unhappy, even if he performs. And I've seen Eriksen come in the games and play well, but it's like he don't want to be there, so it messes up the locker room. Like he probably don't want to hang out with. He's probably already said bye to some of the dudes, and they're like, "Well, damn dog." Like, but yeah, I don't know. These big teams are struggling, and we'll see what happens. Okay, really quick. Well, not necessarily that quick, but I did watch the Diego Maradona documentary because we're trying to do the best football podcast in the world out here, and we're actually like caring about what's going on. We're not the dudes that's trying to be viral on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to do something substantial here and like make the sport be more than just highlight reels and viral tweets. But I guess we could be better on social media. But you know, somebody has the good phone and they don't want to do it. But anyway,
also, your phone sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Did we get a new one?
Well, actually, maybe.
We've been every 2 months.
Relax. Okay, Caesar, I did watch his documentary over like the span of like 4 days. So it was interesting. Like I know a little bit about Diego Maradona, but not like about his life. So I'm just gonna kind of go over some of the stuff that happened with him. He became somewhat famous at about 15. That's when he started taking care of his family. The team gave him an apartment, and he's from a shanty town in Argentina. Not the slums. It's literally a shanty town. Like it's like looked like District 9. It was rough. They were showing the cameras there where he's from, like as poor as you can get.
I don't even know where he's from.
It's from an area in Buenos Aires, like outside of Buenos Aires. I forgot the name of it. Something with an F. Damn, I wish I remember the name. Did I write it down? I might have wrote it down. I can't remember. I can't remember, but just that level of poverty, like he's probably the only person that ever made it out of there, dude. Like
made it anywhere.
Yeah, like it. Like they're showing him, like, wow, that is poor. Like literally, the best thing they got is that there's actually a roof on the tin shack, because that's probably like it could have been like, yeah, they don't even have roofs; they just got walls. Like Jesus. Crazy poor. But they gave him an apartment when he was 15, and that's when he started taking care of his family. Obviously, he went to Barcelona. He played in Argentinos Juniors, and then he went to Boca Juniors, and then he won the league there. I forgot what year that was. And then from there, he went to Barcelona. Obviously, played there for 2 seasons. Didn't ever finish a season. He hurt his ankle 1 year. He didn't like Barcelona at all. There's a big fight against Athletic Club. I remember him saying that they were like saying racist chants to him when he was at like playing against Athletic Club. They were calling him like Indio, like saying racist stuff to him. So yeah, he said he like left Barcelona with no money even, and he like super like some dude tackled him, like hella messed up his ankle. One thing that was crazy is they were like showing his ankle surgery. Like there was like cameras there when he was getting his ankle surgery, like showing them like open up and everything. And I'm like, it's funny because we think about like now, like the media and stuff is so invasive, and there's cameras everywhere. Like, damn, that was in the '80s, and they were showing that back then. So it ain't as new as you think.
No, it's like we're showing ankle surgery,
and that ain't like putting your phone camera. It's a big old camera, Like how uncomfortable is that? Like, move over, doctor. I gotta get this shot. Like
I gotta zoom in on this knife cut.
Yeah, you gotta like put the tape in there and like go in there. Anyway,
oh god.
He said he left Barcelona broke, and he said that Napoli was the only team that wanted him.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. He said that they were saying that him going to Napoli was crazy because like big players, like Serie A at that time was like the best league in the world. And they were saying the big players went to Milan, Inter, and Juve mostly. Did they say another team? Juve, Inter, and AC Milan. Probably that was the ones.
Lazio?
No, I don't even think they said Rome, but they just went to
Roma probably. Roma's big, but
no, not even there. They just said they went to the northern teams.
Wow.
Maybe I know I wrote it down. The one problem with the they were just saying the big players went to Juve, Inter, and Napoli. I'm sorry, and Milan. The problem with the documentary is it skipped around a lot and it was a little bit weird. But I'll talk about my criticisms of the actual documentary at the end. But yeah, so it was crazy him going to Napoli. Napoli was the poorest country. The poorest city in Italy by far. And they were saying it's the poorest city in like Western Europe. Like that was how it was characterized at that time. Jesus. Napoli was the poorest city in Western Europe. Now I'm going to read some of these things they used to say. I don't know if you read this song that I put in the chat on the stream. You were playing, so you probably couldn't see. They were showing.
Yeah, I read that. I was dead ass laughing.
Like it was crazy what they would say about the Neapolitans, people from Napoli, and Maradona himself said like those. What
the hell is this in your hand?
What is it? It's a notebook. This is what I do. Anyway.
I was 84 years old.
Okay, so this is
bifocals for that too.
No, you need bifocals actually.
Oh,
this is what they said. This is the song that the Juve fans were singing about Napoli. I was dying. I had to like pause it so I could write it down. Obviously, they're singing in a soccer stadium and they're like chanting it in this like rhymes in Italian. But they're saying even the dogs run too. The Neapolitans are coming. Sick with cholera, victims of the earthquake. You never wash with soap. Napoli shit, Napoli cholera. You're the shame of the whole Italy. Neapolitans work hard because for Maradona, you have to sell your ass too.
Oh, whoa.
But it was like the one part I can like understand the chant is like Napoli mierda, Napoli cholera.
Damn.
So because there was like a cholera outbreak because like some of the sewage system down there in Napoli, and there was an earthquake too. So they're like they were saying they would put banners up in the stadium saying like you got like Napoli is the Neapolitans are the unwashed, the peasants. They had one that said hello cholera sufferers. One of them said Napoli, the sewer of Italy. There was another song. This one was funny. I'm like, this is creative. They were saying like, obviously it's in Italian, it's better, but they're like, wash them with fire. Oh, Vesuvio, wash them with fire. That's the volcano.
Oh my god!
That's the volcano. I think that's the one that like destroyed Pompeii or whatever. It was really funny, and like they were saying, like one of the reporters guys was saying, like, they were considered like the Africans of Italy. They were, and obviously they're looking down on them. And like they were a poor team, so like them buying Maradona, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, you're gonna have to like sell your ass to afford Maradona because he was a good player, but Napoli wasn't known for getting big players at that time. They had never won the league before Napoli.
That's crazy.
Never. So they won the league. So 86 World Cup. Obviously, Argentina wins 86 World Cup in Mexico. That's where the hand goal was against England.
Oh, the goals, yeah.
Yeah, but he also scored the other goal after that. We like ran through everybody. I didn't think that. I didn't think that was like that amazing, but maybe for back then. But it's because he like left-footed. I'm like, I'm not really into it.
Bam goes on. We made it. Says I didn't think that goal by Maradona was that amazing. But it's because he's left-footed. I'm over it.
Hating.
You're like I see Messi do it all the time.
So they won the World Cup.
Maradona was baller though, man.
No, he was a baller. They were showing some plays. He's like amazing. I think they said in that World Cup, or maybe the World Cup after that, I think it might have been that World Cup where they won. He got fouled 50 times. It's the most a player's ever been fouled in the World Cup ever. Like and they would show like him getting fouled all the time. Like he's just destroying everybody. They just like slide down, especially in Italy.
Yeah.
They just like slide down, bang.
That's crazy.
And that's how he hurt his ankle in Barcelona.
I'm not surprised.
I think it was an athletic. It was a very dirty tackle though. But so they won the World. He won the World Cup. Then they go back into the league with Napoli, and they win their first league title in the 86-87 season, and then they also won the cup. And then in the 80, so I think in the 87-88 season, I think it was, he was saying that he wanted to leave. But the president wouldn't let him leave, but he wanted to go. But then in the 88-89 season, they won the Champions League actually.
No, good.
So now there's a lot of stuff that happened in between that. Apparently he got involved. Napoli, they were saying, was basically run by a mafia family, the Camorra, which is like the mafia. He got involved with them. They showed him a bunch of pictures of some of these people that are involved in that gang. He started getting on drugs at some point. He had a child with this woman that he had denied from then. I think it was 86 up until 2016. He just acknowledged the dude whose name is Diego Maradona Jr.
Yeah, the guy's like 24.
No, he's like 30 something.
30 something.
He was like 30 when he acknowledged him.
Damn, what if he became baller? What happened?
Diego Maradona Jr. There was just a lot. The thing that was annoying though, the documentary skipped around. It's like they'll go forward, then go back, and I'm just like, like you're making it hard to keep track of everything.
I like when it's all chronological.
Yeah, that would have been a lot better. What's up?
I have an idea. We should do this a little more often.
About what?
Like, kind of have you like see a documentary on kind of like old players that you didn't get to like really see. That'd be cool.
Really? Like,
yeah.
You just want me to do Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo.
No, I don't want you to do Ronaldo. No, I want you to see. That'd be cool if you got to see something like Michele or Thurman or Kanu. That'd be kind of cool, dude.
I don't really want to do it, honestly. They're not big stars, though. Diego Maradona is one of the top 3 players ever. Would you
watch a Pele? I mean, you gotta watch a Pele documentary.
Well, the thing is, remember that you might have forgot. You have the worst memory of all time, but do you remember that one lecture I sent you? Was the dude who's the writer for Pele's book, and he like hung out with Pele so he could write the book, and he did a lecture at the Chautauqua Institute. I sent to you.
Yeah, man, I remember the Chautauqua Institute. The word. I remember the words.
Well, there was 2 things I sent you. One was about Pele, but then there was another one that was about how
I remember
the Brazilians being
I remember that Brazilian
hating
one.
themselves.
I remember
the pinching the nose and stuff.
Yeah,
and you was like, "What's wrong with that?" I'm shocked.
No, actually, man, I think I told you the sad story about it.
Yeah. We don't want to put nobody out, but But yeah, I mean, maybe I could watch that and talk about it again. Because that was interesting. Or maybe I just watch it again and see maybe if I want to talk about it. I don't want to stay on this Maradona thing too much, but he started doing drugs. He was a partier. Everybody knew. He used to hang out in the nightlife.
The best is the video of him just using the garden hose on the media dudes outside the door.
They didn't show that, actually.
That's so fresh.
There was but he kind of started to get over. He was just like so famous, and he was like over it. Like he was just,
I can imagine.
Yeah, and it's just like the people just wouldn't let him live, So that was like becoming very difficult for him. He wanted to leave, but basically Napoli wouldn't let him go. So then the 1990 World Cup comes along, and the 2 things I noticed. what the heck does that say? Oh, two things that I didn't. Oh, that was funny. That was interesting. The spray that they use on players now, the magic spray, whether they had that back then in 1990, and also Maradona's playing this World Cup, 1990 World Cup in Italy with a hoop earring in his ear.
So fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, so did he was the only one. What's his name from Italy had the cross or something like that, or a hoop earring also?
Probably.
Not Piat, something like that. The legend.
I'm not sure. So this is kind of what ended up being like the real how his career started really going down was Argentina beat Italy in that World Cup and they played it in Napoli. And
I remember the story. I remember hearing about this.
Before the match, he was saying that he would hope the Neapolitans would go for Argentina over Italy. And a lot of people in Italy got offended by that. And some of the, it's a mafia town. So it's not like, okay, well, if the mayor doesn't get offended, it's like, who's pulling the strings back then. So there was a lot of people that were offended. Some people were saying, yeah, I'm going to go for him because Maradona brought so much to us. We won the league twice. They never had achieved anything.
I'm not all the way mad at him for saying that, but that's a bold move, sir.
Well, yeah, it might not be that big a deal someplace, but there, it was just because they're just so intense about it. So they ended up beating Italy on penalties. They went to the final. They lost to West Germany, but he got a lot of backlash after that. He caught a charge after that. They had some Operation China. They were wiretapping his phone, caught him talking about cocaine and prostitutes. He caught a year and change suspended sentence. And yeah, basically after that, he was out of there. When he got the sentence, he left. He did play in the 91 season, and they were showing him playing, and he was so chubby. It was crazy.
91 season for what?
For Napoli. So he caught that sentence. He played in the next season, but then after a game against some team, Body or something like that, they tested him. They gave him a test, like a drug test, and he failed.
Man.
He had cocaine in his system. And then they were saying that he got a 1-year ban. He can't play. So he went back to Argentina. Now, I know that he played for Sevilla at some point and he went back to play for Boca Juniors. Literally after that, 1991, they're saying he got suspended for the drugs. They skipped all the way to 200004.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I want to hear about his road trip, the trip after that.
They skipped to 2004.
He played for Sevilla?
Yeah, for a season. They skipped to 2004 and he's doing some interview talking about his addiction issues. And just where he was at. This is obviously he's much older. He's done at that point, but just where he was in his life at that point, and he's I think he was in an institute trying to recover. It basically ended there. And then later on, kind of during the credits, they said in 2016 he finally acknowledged his Italian son, and they met each other. One of the things I think his wife said was that his issue, this is the one lesson you can take from this documentary, which to be honest with you, I didn't really like the documentary itself that much. He said that she was saying that Diego had a lot of pressure on him from a young age, and he always liked to deal with his problems himself. He didn't like to talk to anybody about his issues and his problems. So he just had the burden on himself. And since he didn't do that, he coped and tried to deal with the issues with substances and trying to party it away and stuff like that. It seemed like he was a nice guy and people liked him. Oh God, there were some funny songs they would be singing. I think after they won the World Cup or something like that, they were singing some hilarious songs the Argentina players. I wish I could remember. It was you'd be dying damn, what Argentina. But yeah, so the thing that I think people could take is from that is talk to your family, talk to your friends about your problems, your issues. Don't just think that you got to carry. I mean, if you have people you can turn to, don't just carry the burden all on your shoulders. You got to talk to people, because if you don't, you might end up, being I'm gonna drink my problems away. I'm gonna do drugs of my problems away, and you never know where that can lead. The dude was saying he went to Maradona's house and he's laying on the floor in the bathroom with a blanket on him, he was just completely wrecked off cocaine. like straight up addicted to cocaine.
Yeah,
and that was back when that cocaine was real.
Yeah, I think that's a good point you make. I mean, especially in today's society, I think that people like to use other avenues to escape, issues and realities, and I think that's important to when you're. I know it's important to confront them, but don't think you have to confront them alone.
Yeah, Caesar can't stop telling me about his issues. All right. Oh, my bad. Okay.
See, that's why people don't do it. People like you in the world. Habitual. Habitual.
Oh, I didn't hear that H first. But no, yeah, go ahead.
No. So I think it's really important that you understand that when you face these problems, you're not doing it alone.
Yeah.
And people say, "Oh, I don't have anybody." You do. You really do. We didn't come up to this. We did not come into you weren't, unless you were born on some desert island. There's somebody out there. You may not know it. It's not that nobody's out there because you don't see it per se, but you just don't know yet. Try to talk to a random person one day. You never know. Because if I know how I am, if me and you was walking on the street and someone walked up with, "Hey man, like I'm just not having a great day," I'd be like, "Hey man, what's good? Like what's going on, man?"
Yeah. Well, you'll mad dog them before they start talking to you.
Because then I think it's a trap. No, I'm playing. But on a serious note, like you're not alone in this world. If have any issues, please just don't think you're alone. Try to talk to somebody because it's important. Things like this happen. There's situations happen where you may think that your behavior is only affecting you, but you mean somebody to somebody out there. You mean something to somebody out there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, people don't want to see you hurt. I mean, I obviously I can't speak for everybody. Maybe you don't have anybody, but I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah.
And you have to take the leap to be like, you know what, I'm gonna be vulnerable with this person and just be like, you know what? I mean, I guess going back to Maradona's case, like I think the biggest issue for him was just being that famous and just like not knowing how to handle it. And he's the only one, like it's not like
no one can empathize.
Yeah, nobody can understand what he's going through. He leave the house, they're just like around the car, like he can't even walk. It's like I think they were like he's like walking through the airport. People are crowding so much. He's like up against the window, like trying to get through. Like it was insane for him.
Awful life.
But then like as fast as they loved him, like they ended up turning against him in a way too. He said that when he came to Napoli, he was greeted by like 85,000 people. He said, "I left alone." Like I mean, I'm sure like with his kids and his wife, but like he was like there wasn't anybody there when I left. I don't know if that's kind of hyperbole, but like that's basically how he put it. So yeah, I mean, obviously, he's a very polarizing figure, and people feel a way about him. I mean, obviously, I wasn't like alive then, or like knowing what's going on then to really know. Like, I wasn't an adult to be watching Maradona, but like, he has an interesting life, and it's not a life that I haven't heard of, aside from like being a famous athlete, but like somebody ending up on drugs that you probably kind of wouldn't expect it from, Would I suggest the documentary itself? Like, I guess if you like the sport, if you like these figures, like sure, but I didn't think it was very well done. Okay, Caesar really wants to dip. He's over here being real antsy. I don't know if you still want to talk about the China NBA thing because you gotta. I mean, I don't know if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot going on right now. You're moving a lot.
Well, what do you want to say about it?
What do you want to say about it? You're the NBA C's over here.
I know, I'm kind of low key.
Never broke again.
I'm excited for the NBA season. That I'm not even gonna watch it. So like I'm so excited that I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the final game. Yeah, but I got Clippers winning it all. Okay, just you watch. I did ball out 2017 with all my picks.
Let's bet.
What are we betting?
50 push-ups.
Okay, and who are you betting for?
So we can both be wrong, and then what?
Then we both do push-ups.
50? Well, there's somebody got to be some incentive on this bet here.
Whatever. So damn, I think that
I'm scared.
Look, I think the biggest recognition is that I think Morey, Daryl Morey, when he posted out that tweet about China, we stand with China.
The Hong Kong
protesters. I'm like, dog. Like, first of all, you're not Joe from down the street. You're not Jim. You're not Steve. You're not Mike. and you're not Caesar Bam. You're a GM for an NBA team.
Mhm.
And I think it's really cute that everybody likes to go into these other countries and use them as a great resource to make more money and spread their brand, but then aren't aware and up to knowledge upon how different cultures work and different situations work here. And then actually, I'm gonna skip real. I saw that Pablo Torre posted online saying that video saying that maybe he could have got away with that saying it in America. I think that's kind of cap, because I think that it's not necessarily that just because America is labeled as we're a free country that you're necessarily able to say things that stand upon very opposing views in this country. I think that if this was a similar situation, but let's say it was left and right happening in America, it wouldn't necessarily be all good. I think it would still be. I think it'd still be something to talk about.
Yeah, they're going to talk about it. I don't think it'd be. Like
I don't think it'd be a crazy thing where teams would shut down or stop hosting Rockets games. But it would definitely be something where they go like, hey, like let's say the protesting side was the very controversial side in America. Then I think they would just be like, man, that's funny because that coach that team was similar with this, so I don't really know how I feel about them. But it wouldn't be affecting them financially, I don't think, or anything significant.
Not
yeah. So I think there's a level of freedoms, I guess, that you have here that you don't have in other countries. And I thought the wackest part of everything was just making James Harden apologize. I'm like, yo,
wait, you don't know if they made
it.
No,
they did. No, they did. Did you watch it?
Okay.
You think he did it from the bottom of his heart? He felt like he had to apologize?
Okay.
I know Darren Morey said, hey, man, James, you got to get me out of this hole, dog. You got to get me out of this hole, man.
Now, Caesar, hold on now. Yell at me again, this pencil going in your neck.
James Harden shooting of Artesia down the street.
You're racist, one. But also, what?
I don't need this.
Oh, God. How do you know that they made James Harden apologize?
Because I'm not stupid,
and
I see a forced apology when I see one.
Okay.
He's literally over there saying
he's not reading anything. He's talking next to a dude.
No, I'm sorry. You are just all knowing, and you're big facts
you're the
forever.
one. You're the one that said they made him.
I think they made him. I think they made him.
Now, that's different. Now you're saying you think. Before you said they made him. I'm about accuracy.
Sorry. You're not, man.
Okay, sorry if you're not, but I'm about accuracy.
Okay.
So it's okay. So what do you think?
I've been talking. What do you have to say about it?
Caesar, you didn't finish yet.
I think they made James Harden apologize for it to cover up for Daryl Morey because James Harden's a superstar and no one knows who Daryl Morey is. But they're assuming the issue is just with the Rockets. He's so kind of insignificant that they're just assimilated the Rockets, and the Rockets have fired him, I believe. And then after they fire him, I mean, why is James Harden apologizing? James Harden is not the one that tweeted this out.
Well, he's apologizing for the
No. He doesn't need to do that. Damn. He doesn't need to do that. Why does he need to do that? Tell me why.
Because he's trying to get the bag.
He's trying to get the bag?
Yeah, he's part of the bag.
Okay.
I would think anyway. Okay, so here's what I think. He wants to stand with the Hong Kong protesters, like that's fine. But like, dog, you work at it's a corporation, yo. Like you gotta understand, like, yeah, you can be a freedom fighter, but like, because they're saying like, oh, the NBA is bowing to Chinese, blah blah blah. The money this is how I feel. The money that the NBA is getting from like the China stuff, it ain't just like going to like what's the dude's name? Adam Silver. It ain't like it's just going to him. Like this is what is like feeding the league, which feeds the players.
And the money that directly the Houston Rockets are getting.
Yeah.
Because you always do like the whole China night and all that stuff too. Like they're big into that.
So it's not just like it's one person's being affected here if like that revenue stream is cut off. It's a lot of different people. If he wants to be a freedom fighter, like that's fine, but like you got to understand the backlash. China can do whatever the hell they want. Like they can do what they want over there. America did what they wanted when they bombed Iraq to the Stone Age. Would you don't get to say, you get to say something back. Like, no, like the countries do what they want. If that's how China's rocking, that's not how I'm rocking personally. But when I don't live there, I can't speak on like what exactly is going on with the Hong Kong situation. but it's turned up. I can say that much. It's turned
you want to
up.
talk about going hard in the paint.
What I will say, this is the one thing I'll say about the Hong Kong protests. Like, actually, those people are lucky. Honestly, the Hong Kong protesters let you throw a Molotov cocktail at a police officer in the United States of America. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they're getting off easy.
Yo, I'm like, y'all are lucky.
I saw officers getting messed up on that
They're
video.
beating them up, beating them down.
It's good videos.
I seen literally like the dudes like trying to get up. They throw a Molotov cocktail. He's like sets on fire to some extent, and then it like goes away. I'm like, you guys couldn't do like a 1/10 of this stuff in America.
They're letting to get that rage out right now. They're letting them get it out.
If you try this stuff in America, as soon as you like try to like harm the police, they're gonna roll up and have a 50 cal on top of a Humvee and mow everybody down. Literally, yo, they're gonna mow everybody down. Try to show up with your rod at the police. You can do that. Antifa and the Proud Boys can fight each other. That's fine, whatever.
God, I'm tired of hearing those names.
But if you start trying to do that to the cops, like they're gonna mow you down. Anyway, that's beside the point. I don't think like the NBA is doing anything bad necessarily by saying like, "Hey, sorry, dude. Like, we don't speak for him." Or if he was to apologize, whatever.
No,
I don't think that's bad because the country's. I don't necessarily say it's dumb. Like he's expressing himself.
Is he?
But I don't. Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but I don't think it's dumb. But I don't think it's the smartest thing to do based on where you work.
Yeah, you're not doing this at you're doing this on a work Twitter.
You know what I mean?
You got your job on your bio.
You know what I mean? Like, and you got to understand the
That's
ramifications.
why it's dumb to me.
Do you want? I mean, yeah, I feel you. I'm not necessarily opposed to that, but like, do you want to be responsible for taking money away from everybody at that organization or at the NBA? Like, is that what you're doing? Is it worth it for you to do that? Because James Harden don't want you to do that, and all these other people were putting their lives on the line to some extent playing this sport. I mean, whatever you're gonna have some messed up ankles when you get 50. You know what I mean? It's gonna be tough on you out here. He ain't about to have them situations. No. James Harden gonna be like, yeah, my wrist hurts forever.
If Daryl Morey tweeted that and then tweeted, I stand by what I said, I ride forever, I'm like, damn, okay, well you took a stance. Now go ahead and delete the bio and say that this is me. I stand for myself, and it's not the team, not the league or the company. I'm a person of some stature, and I stand with these people. That's dope. You're making a stand. You're being a freedom fighter. You're taking a personal stance on something. That's what's up. But the approach I think to it was just kind of like dumb. Like if think about it, if we've done this show and we've built it into something and then I go and say something inflammatory not inflammatory, just something controversial, I guess, and involving another country that could affect any kind of.
If China's giving us the bag, I ain't saying nothing about.
Yeah, let's say we're in the same situation. I tweet, I stand with Hong Kong, but the thing is, it doesn't just affect me. If I do that, it affects you too. You'd be like, "Yo, come on, dog! Oh yeah, I just got my third A8."
Stupid. But yeah, no, like you got to take that into consideration, and look. Yeah, if we get in the bag from China, then I'll talk about other stuff.
I'll be like, you know what?
Whatever. Well, I'll sell out.
I'll stop talking about China basketball. I'll start talking about Philippine League basketball.
But even with that, like sometimes like everything ain't your fight, and sometimes you got to think about the ramifications for other people. Yeah. Because I guarantee you, if it was James Harden that did it, and then they took all this other stuff away, it'd be a lot more backlash. Because you know what they would start saying? He probably don't even know what he's talking about. You know what they would say that?
No.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think that he did the right thing necessarily just because it affects everybody else. But like, I'm not mad at him speaking his mind. And maybe he should go on some thing and actually talk about what's going on there.
That's all real.
Because China is a big deal. Like they ain't like, yeah, you can say whatever you want about Syria. Like nobody that doesn't really affect much.
Or even Hawaii.
Yeah, it places here too. But like,
but China's like no joke.
You know what I mean?
Especially when you're like literally.
You can say stuff about Russia.
Yeah, but the thing is, especially when you're literally there, like you're gonna go there, like right now.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And it's affecting. they're in the airport protesting. What are you doing, dude?
We don't have those same situations.
Why don't you do that after you dip?
We don't have those same situations here in America. Like if it was a situation where, let's say, I mean, it's a little bit different because it's a little bit different. Let's say like Hawaii, like let's say like a lot of people in Hawaii were like revolting against like the.
If you say I stand with the science or I stand with science or whatever, it's not gonna affect you.
But like let's say like there was like a revolt, like the people of Hawaii or some place or Nebraska are like revolting against like the government. There's gonna be and like most of the population in America is like not behind it. If you start saying like, oh, I'm with the people of Hawaii, like it's gonna cause some issues.
Yeah, if the people in Hawaii were like, we want to disassimilate from the United States.
And they're being violent,
and we're shutting the airport down.
Yeah,
no one flying domestic is allowed in ever again. Well, and we're gonna start beating up all the military. We're fighting back against all the military occupations here, which is I think the army on the top right and all different sides. If that was happening, you'd be like, yeah, you know what? I ride with the Hawaiians. That's cool. They did that. It might get some issues there, man.
It definitely
because let's say there's veterans getting hurt or whatever, anything. Like it could anybody. People will tie anything, and it could be problems.
When there's domestic unrest, the country wants to get it over. They want to quell it.
Yeah.
So they don't want anybody inflaming it, especially from somebody from a powerful nation like America.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, want to try to end this on 100 minutes. Yeah, we made a podcast at WeMadeItPodcast.com on all social media. Holler at us. We made a podcast at Gmail. Make sure you hit us up and follow Mufasa's Taquitos. Just said in the beginning.
Please do. And we made it C's.
Yeah. On playing Apex
Twitch.
and Thuggin' on Twitch. Yeah, that's right.
That's Gibraltar.